welcome to Comic Book Wednesday, a series where we discuss comic books. We're your hosts. I'm Ian.
I'm Al.
And I'm Shane.
This week we're back discussing issues of Superior Spider-Man. We went issues, I believe, 16, 17, and 18, and of course these are written by Dan Slott. So, guys, shoot me with your initial thoughts, just like right off the cuff.
I liked stuff about Hobgoblin again, like we talked about. I think his character's interesting. I don't like that how Green Goblin just kind of took his mantle away and was like, "You work for me now."
You're the Goblin Knight or whatever he called him.
But other than that, I thought it was pretty cool. The what was his name? Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2099.
Was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. He's a really.
I'd
cool
like to know more about him.
Series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who he is, and I know bare minimum, but I've never read a comic about him.
Nah.
Yeah,
Do all of the Spider-Mans, like Punk Rock Spider-Man, and all of them have storylines, or
I don't know.
are they just like multiverse characters?
There was a Spider-Verse storyline that I feel like that's where you get a lot of these other characters from. But Spider-Man 2099 is from the 90s, I think. So he's had his own own thing for a little there. But yeah, so I think Spider-Gwen started in Spider-Verse, but then kind of spun off into their own series.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I don't know. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I mean this book focuses, of course, on Superior Spider-Man. So we pick up with Hobgoblin being public enemy number 1 because Otto kind of outs him. What you guys think of that? I mean, how that played out, where everyone in the Bugle didn't want to turn him over. It's kind of weird.
Except for his girlfriend.
Exactly.
Just okay.
She was quite the badass, though. Especially when he had her as a hostage, and she was like, "Nope, that's not gonna happen."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Screwed. It doesn't matter being the girlfriend or not. You know what I mean? He held her hostage. He was ready to take her out.
Yeah, she was
Honestly,
definitely nah, screw you, guy.
I thought that was really interesting because at any point in time he could have just been like, "Oh, well, no, this isn't me. I didn't do this." Spider-Man's just talking shit. He could have played it cool, and I think the way that the Bugle is, some people at the Bugle probably would have believed him.
Oh, absolutely. That kind of speaks.
I think
to
he
his
could have
character.
played it off.
You know, he's not. He might be the Hobgoblin, but he wasn't lying to them. He didn't. You know what I mean? He chose not to.
Yeah. No, you're right. It definitely does, and I just thought it was really interesting in that moment because he was initially was like, "No, come on, guys! This is ridiculous." He's not denying it, but he's just trying to play it cool. And then, as everyone was like, "No, this makes sense. That's kind of messed up." And then he was
you
like,
were
"Oh,
always
screw
getting
it."
exclusives for it.
Yeah. I did think it was kind of BS that they were like, "Oh, we gotta save face. We gotta fire the girlfriend." And they were like, "You guys worked on stories together." This world, it's so interesting to me because, yes, that is what a real corporate entity would have done. But, I swear they just like creating supervillains because they put people in these positions that just creates more bad guys.
No, absolutely.
Speaking of new characters, what was that? The hell was her name? The police officer hero character.
Is it Yuri?
Whisper
Wraith?
or Wraith? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know her as a character, but I mean,
Oh, gotcha.
You should. You played Spider-Man.
yeah, I didn't recognize her from that, so that's not really a surprise.
The Asian cop, Yuri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was fun.
She doesn't take the mantle up in the first game. She takes the
Right.
mantle up in the second one. So
Well, I wouldn't know that because I didn't play the second game yet.
fair. Ooh.
But yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Oh, absolutely. What was I gonna? Oh, so like, one thing I like to do is always like kind of compare back to the movies a little. And I have to bring up when I first watched Spider-Man: Homecoming, I didn't know all that much about Spider-Man lore. So a couple months ago, I started reading original Spider-Man comics, and I learned Liz Allen was a school student with Pete in high school, and we see Liz Allen today, or whenever you read these. But, she was the head of Alchem, or Allen Chemical.
Yeah.
That was Liz Allen, the one who was the Vulture's daughter in the movie. So, kind of tie you back there.
That's
and
fun.
They mentioned Ned as well in these because
I noticed that, yeah.
Yeah, he's the original Hobgoblin. Something I really wish they do, like I hope they make Ned Hobgoblin. Like that'd be, like he remembers Pete, and then turns the Hobgoblin because he's like, you know what, Pete chose not to see us. What, am I not good enough for him, or like something like that, or like someone twists his memory, or something? That'd be really cool.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that would set up a
be.
nice villain arc. I like that. It'd be hard to watch, but I like that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, like the thing that confused me about these was, and this might have just been my brain, when it started off with Spider-Man 2099, like when he first came into the picture and like there was all that like time stuff, I went back and scrolled back to the cover because I was like, did I jump ahead too far? Like, is this still the same comic?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, I love the timey-wimey puns in the beginning of those issues. We have the Rocky Horror one, where it's like, let's do the time warp again. That's the line, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the other one was Slap to the Future. Which is, of course, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So I picked up on those like right away. So that's kind of fun. Yeah. But it's interesting seeing all the things that are going down, and like seeing this Stone. That's I think his last name. He's the one that's like planning on like messing with Horizon Labs, and he's the one who like messed with Hobgoblin and all that.
Yeah.
Like learning about him, and seeing how his plans are coming together was really cool. Because I mean, like he had a list of like all these things that he's gonna do, and like one of the things was kind of like blocked off. I don't quite. It was like, mess with Hobgoblin, ruin Horizon Labs, do something else, and then one of it was like get back at blank, and you couldn't see it because the character's like head was in the way.
Yeah, I tried to zoom into that.
And I was like, I wonder who he's
interesting
referring to there. Yeah, so.
I do think it's kind of funny, just to like jump ahead a little bit, that no one is happy to save his life.
Oh, he's a scumbag,
Yeah, like Peter Doc Ock like tried to threaten him a little bit, and then Miguel came in and he was just like, "Oh, it's him. Damn it. All right. Because of family things and because of time fuckery, I got to protect him.
Yeah.
But I really don't want to." I just thought that was really cool.
Oh no, it's definitely really good. okay, guys. All right. Sorry for that sidestep. I died for a second.
No worries.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, I'm I'm into the story, especially with these last couple. I wish I can. I want to go. I want to read farther ahead, so might even see myself reading some more tonight, just because I'm really getting really into it.
It's
We'll
pretty
see.
good.
Yeah.
I can't read it now because I'll just forget by next week. But yeah, definitely was enjoying it.
To be fair, that was my issues when we read like Avengers at first. I was like reading like that night after we finished recording, and then we
Yeah.
get to the next one. I was like, I don't remember these at all.
I have to reread it.
Yeah, absolutely. There was something else. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shane.
No, you're good. If you have something, go ahead.
I do. Liz Allen. She has a son, Normie. I believe she's married to Harry. I think that's Harry's son.
Oh.
Oh.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's it.
I'm not gonna lie. When she said Normie, I was like, oh, he's gonna get made fun of. Like, I get it. You're trying to like, lineage thing. That makes sense. I understand that, but like, be a little conscious of the names, my guy.
That's some comic book writing for you. Like,
Well, Normie's not gonna be a villain or anything in the future. Not at all.
Yeah, you know that is.
oh, absolutely. Something's gonna happen there.
Although
Well,
speaking of villains,
he's already like, you're a piece of shit, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, he was totally creepy in that. I forgot about that.
yeah, he was just talking shit and everything. Like,
And he like
I was
looked
like,
dark.
alright, little
He had, like, the
asshole.
black eyes and stuff. Oh my god. Yeah, the artist knew what they were doing there.
he
It
definitely
was
do
funny.
have them spooky eyes.
Yeah. You were gonna say something, Shane. You said speaking
Yeah,
of
no, it
villains.
was about the speaking of villains, the whole like goblin army, and how he made him like a goblin knight or whatever it was, and it shows him kneeling. Like, I specifically saved that image because I really enjoyed the imagery of him like being this super, I know everything, I know what I'm doing, but like he was just like, do I get to meet Norman? Like, he idolizes him.
Yeah.
And so for him to be like, oh, here, we're going to have you bend the knee and pledge your loyalty and do all this stuff. And he's just like, yeah, cool. I will bring you Spider-Man. Absolutely. And like, just goes with it. I thought that was really interesting and really nice imagery. And like, I really want to see what this is planning. It's one of those things like I've kept it in the back of my mind, and I also really enjoyed how like that Hobgoblin like messed up Spider-Man's like electronics, and he almost like threw that car on the kid, and he's just like, I would never hurt a child. Like, that was Otto talking for sure in that moment where he's like, no, I
Yeah.
wouldn't do that. That's not me. I would never hurt a kid. And the lady was just like, I don't want to hear from you anymore, Spider-Man. Like, shut the hell up. You almost killed my family. Like, quit talking.
Right. It's a good catch because that never hurting a child thing is a callback to when he like beat the hell out of the Vulture for using children to
Yeah.
fight.
Definitely.
Yeah. I feel like I'm missing
Sorry,
something big with these issues.
Oh.
To add to your point earlier, I do like the armor of the Goblin Knight. I get where you're coming from, Al, where you're like, oh, he's kind of like removing his persona and all that, but he's not the original Hobgoblin.
Yeah, no, I know.
So like maybe the Goblin Knight is another character, and he's got some cool armor.
I hope so. I mean, for some reason I always had a fascination with Hobgoblin over Green Goblin for some reason. I don't know why. I think it was because when I was a kid, I had a Hobgoblin action figure or something. But I don't know.
That makes sense to me, honestly. I mean, like, you have a connection to the character through an object you had as a child. You have an emotional attachment. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking today, I was reading this, like, I I really wanted the MCU to do like a more comic accurate Green Goblin. Like, look, I love Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe is a fantastic actor.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I kind of really wanted, um, what's his name? Uh, I really wanted to see this the comic act. I want him throwing literal pumpkins. Like, like I'm okay with like a more like goblin grotesque mask and not necessarily like the metal mask. Like
Yeah.
his costume did have purple in it in the new movie, which respect. I like the purple, but it wasn't quite.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
They could definitely do a more comic accurate
Yeah.
uh,
I mean,
costume.
the Goblin of the MCU technically doesn't exist yet.
No, he doesn't. There's not even an Oscorp in the MCU, right?
Right. Exactly. Which I don't know who to blame for that, Sony or Marvel. I feel like Sony, they wanted to hold on to their legacy characters, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. They'll get
That's a
something.
shame.
Yeah.
It really is.
And now, like, Tom's talking about how he's not sure if he wants to continue with Spider-Man. It has to be perfect for him to like want to do it. Which kind of worries me because I really want to see him do his Empire University stuff. It feels like he finally has become Spider-Man, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, do you think, just as a side note, do you think he's doing that because like Marvel is at this weird stage where they're trying to put out a bunch of content and he doesn't want to do the character wrong, or do you think he's just getting over it?
He
A
says
little
it
bit of
has
both,
to.
probably, right?
Yeah, I agree with Al. A little both. I think that one, like, he's getting typecasted, and he doesn't want that to happen to him. Two, look at what's going on with the MCU. There's a lot of
It's dead
bad.
right now.
Yeah.
They've made some really bad choices, and it's only getting worse,
They
in
made
my
bad.
opinion.
They made bad choices. Then they got hit with um, the actors and writers strike. And then on top of that, they have to deal with Jonathan Majors being a scumbag. Like,
Yeah.
you got,
That's kind of biting them in the ass.
yeah, you decided you wanted to like hit a woman and then like do that kind of shit. Like, no, we don't play that. So, so yeah, they got a lot of things going on. Oh, and now Steven Yeun has left Thunderbolts, and he was supposed to play Sentry. He's gone now.
I saw that today. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was conflicting schedules because things are taking a while to get going on that because of the strike. So it's kind of like snowballed.
Right.
So yeah, that sucks.
Damn. Yeah, no, that's they have a lot of work to do before they can like bring everything back together. But I will say, like, just to tie it back to the comics because it made me think of this. If they end up doing, like, we're seeing a little bit of the Spider-Verse here with Miguel coming in. If they end up doing more of a Spider-Verse kind of game, I'm all for it. That sounds amazing.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Also, side note, if we do this quest at the bridge, we will be able to go where we want to go without having to worry about the darkness.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'm not with you. So.
Oh, good. That was my fault. I kind of like poofed away because I was figuring
Twice
it out.
now.
I kept poofing away. I'm sorry. I split the party. You're not supposed to split the party in D&D. I did it. I broke the rules.
You did. Yeah, we kind of off on a tangent now. You know me. I'm always going to be a big MCU guy. I love Marvel comics. I just want things to work out for them. I don't think it will for a little bit. They need a.
No, they're gonna need a hard reset, and I think the way they are right now, it's not gonna happen.
They don't need a hard reset.
I mean, as far as their development and their, storytelling, I don't think the story needs to be reset. I think they just need a reset on how they're telling stuff and going about presenting stories.
That I agree with. I think that they need to slow down their productions and let them spend more time on each product. Um, make the movies look like they did ages ago. Like you go back and look at the first Iron Man, and you then compare the way like that movie looks visually to stuff now. Like that's from 2008, and the armor in that looks 1,000 times better than like any CGI from any recent project.
No, I agree. I was rewatching clips of that recently, and I remember when that movie first came out, watching the suit and everything click together. Him flying, the combat, putting it on, all of it. It was just like, oh my god, they can do this in a movie? This is phenomenal.
It's fantastic. Yeah, exactly. Now, like, there are some moments where, like, stuff looks cool in newer movies, but, like, for the most part, nah, not really. Things look rushed.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Story-wise, things have been kind of boring. Like, you have chances to make things, like, fantastic, and you don't get there. Now, I want to say, like, I really enjoyed Loki. I thought Loki was one of the high points of the MCU this year. That and Guardians 3. Everything else, I could have not watched, and I would have been fine. Like,
yeah, I could agree with that.
I did like the second season of What If. I
haven't watched it yet.
All 9 episodes are out. I liked it. I liked it. This is going to be my non-spoiler review for you guys.
Sure.
The first half of it, I thought was better than the first season.
Wow.
The middle of it, kind of like it puttered just a little. The end of it, where it was cool, it did not finish as well as the first season finished.
Okay.
All right.
And I hope you like Captain Carter.
She's a big part, huh?
Oh, I've always liked Captain Carter.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, we're now so far off topic from Spider-Man that I think that we should probably end this.
That sounds good.
So we did up to issue 18 this time, so we'll do 19, 20, and 21 for next week. We're getting further and further into this, guys. There's not that much. I think we're kind of like on the downhill now. We hit the apex and we're going down, just because we're more than halfway done. But
sure.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that was everything. Anybody who is listening with Shane live, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that.
If the YouTube algorithm somehow like kind of hits you on our video, just hit a like. It helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was.
And if you got any story suggestions, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. Comment anything you want, even if it's some weird offshoot comic.
Always looking for good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, everybody, that was Comicbook Wednesdays. I hope you all have a good night.
Night, y'all.
Thanks. Take it easy.